Good morning, everyone. How's everyone doing out there in the YouTube community? And how's all YouTubers doing? You know what? I've been sort of under the weather. Of course, I know you don't want to hear it because you're probably saying every time I turn around, something is wrong with her. Either she's sleeping or she needs to be percolated or she got the cane heavy. Well, actually, to tell you the truth, I think I caught some kind of little bug. No, it wasn't COVID. Not as far as I know. I didn't take a COVID test or anything like that. But on Memorial Day, my daughter and her friend and her son had came by here. And 2 days, you have to excuse me, y'all, because I went and got myself a cup of coffee from Wendy's this morning. She gave it to me as a complimentary. She gave me a free cup of coffee. But believe me, I can see why, because it must have been the bottom of the barrel. It's a horrible cup of coffee, I tell you. Worst cup of coffee I ever got from Wendy's. But I knew I wasn't going to buy another one of those breakfast sandwiches. That I was sure about. You know what? I tell you. But anyway, I'm drinking the coffee anyway because that's what I just don't drink the coffee at my house because it tastes so terrible. I remember the coffee used to be so good. I drank the Folgers decaffeinated. And I got one big old thing of Folgers that had been in the refrigerator for a couple of years, and then I bought one, and it tastes just like the old one. And so that's why I didn't drink it. So I went up there and to Wendy's. Wendy's only, about 3-4 minutes from where I live. And everything, like I said before, 1,000 times I've said it before up here on the YouTube, on the YT, should I say. And everything is right there in that one strip, a couple of blocks down from where I live. I got my McDonald's over there, and way down the street I got Dunkin' Donuts, which there's a Dunkin' Donuts downtown. I'm like almost in the heart of everything. And then I've got Wendy's, I've got Popeyes, everything right there. Everything right there. And there's even an Edmonds, the little sports, I call it sports, but they so high, being that they're in this community, like, they're really high. But a lot of people go there. You go in there, there's a lot of people in there because they've got all the name brands, like sportswear and, well, you know what Edmonds got. And they got the Nike sneakers, the Adidas, and this and that, and the third Skechers, whatever. They've got it up in Edmonds. But I've only went there for a couple of times, and I think I bought one pair of shoes up out of there. Well, actually, a pair of sneakers. And come to find out, the man, he sold me a pair of men's, I think I even said that up here a long time ago, a pair of Vans, but they were I'll show them to you. Just hold on just a second, y'all. Let me get my ducks in a row. Hold on just a minute. I got to show you these because, and I haven't even worn these things in about, I don't even know how many years. How many years ago was that? These are Vans. And then the men, they're dirty. I don't think I wore them at all. And this man sells me, because I had asked for, I think, a size 9 in the women. And they didn't fit. And he comes out, I think these were a 9.5. You can tell they're hardly ever really been worn. And they must be about, I don't know. They're heavy, I know that. That's one thing I like about Skechers. Skechers are light. Very lightweight. And I like Skechers for that reason. And anyway, everything is right there. They have in that one strip. As a matter of fact, that same strip, that same area, should I say, is where my grocery store is. Except when I go to the grocery store, I go right. But when I'm going to Popeyes and Wendy's, I'm going left. Yeah, that's right, when I get to the corner. But anyway, everything is right there. And so I had taken my trash out as I normally do about Monday or Tuesday. I have to take the trash out. And so I said, well, first I wasn't going to go to the store. I mean, wasn't going to go. Then I said, I need some oranges. And guess what? I ended up not even going to get the oranges. Even though my scooter was running just fine. It was showing off today. I said, you know what? I done paid all this money for these batteries. These are the batteries in the boxes that have not even been opened, y'all. These are the two. I don't know if I'm getting a good visual now. These are the two batteries that's gotta go in my scooter. And those two batteries cost $185. Because you know what, in a way of speaking, I don't know if you could see the bottom of this. This is, let me see where's my hand? This is my hand. This is where those batteries got to go inside of here. But they do sell that whole thing, like how you lift that whole battery up out of there. They sell that whole thing already in the house. And I wish, in a way of speaking, that I had went ahead and bought it like that. And that way I wouldn't have to worry about, taking it apart and inserting the batteries, and all that blah, blah. Even though it would have cost me about $500. But in a way of speaking, I wish I had went ahead and did it. Like they say, sometimes getting something that costs less, it's not worth it. But anyway, I got my ex. He's gonna help me he said he got the tools, so he's gonna help me put the batteries in. He's pretty good at stuff like this, so I told him, at his convenience. So he might be able to do it today. If not today, then tomorrow. And I greatly appreciate that. But it felt good, to get out and go. Oh boy, my breath's falling off, y'all. Excuse me for being so candid. Yeah. What does candid mean? That means that, what? Well, anyway, whatever. Excuse me for being, so blunt. But, no, I didn't go to the store like this. I did have this hat on, always wear my hat. Got my hair all up under here because I was planning to wash it. But being that I still got this bug that I caught from my daughter's, I guess it was her friend, I guess I got it from him. Because she said he wasn't feeling good. And then she said she got the same thing I got. She said she started the sniffing and the sneezing and stuff like that. Okay, Memorial Day was that Monday. And it started on me, that sneezing. I ain't never sneezed so much in my life. I mean, back to back. One sneeze come and then you can't hardly get that sneeze out. Another one coming right behind it, right behind it, right behind it. And the running, I said, wow. This is crazy. And so she said it started with her that same day too. So obviously she said it came from him. But like I was saying, I hardly ever get, if I do get a little bug or something, sometimes it might last a day. Sometimes when I wash my hair, I'll get, like the sniffles for one day. Then it's gone. No more. But this time, now this has been going on, and you can still hear me like nasal. And I don't even know if it was a good idea for me to go out today, but I had been cooped up in this house for way too long, and I can't take being cooped up. Oh, no, it wasn't, because I went out with my sister. Day was it I went out with my sister? Was it Thursday? It was Thursday, I think. Thursday or Friday, one of those days. Because we had gone downtown, my scooter acted fine until my own way back. So I wasn't up here cooped up that long, but I don't know. I just need to get out of here sometimes, I go stir crazy. And so, I felt good riding early in the morning, not a lot of people, just enough people so that you don't feel alone out there. You know what I mean? Like I could see some of the workers. I passed by this house that right down the street from me. There were some guys out there working. And then, of course, I always pass the firehouse. Sometimes there's a fire truck out there. They're washing the truck or doing something to the engines. Whatever they call them big trucks. I think they call them an engine. They be washing them. They be doing something. You know, the firemen don't have nothing to do unless a fire going on. So they had to, I guess they have to keep busy. And then, I don't think I would like to be a fireman because they got to sleep there. They got to be there in case an alarm comes in. No matter what time that alarm comes, they got to be ready. They got to be there. They can't tell me I'm coming from home. You be at that firehouse, and they cook there, sleep there. They do everything right there. If they're on, duty that particular, day or week or whatever, however they work it. And, so there was a lot of people out there, and then plus I passed the Family Dollar because the Family Dollar is right next to Wendy's. Family Dollar's here. Wendy's right across the parking lot is Wendy's. Across the parking lot from Family Dollar's, there's Wendy's. And I was going to stop at Family Dollar, but this guy, he pulls his, it has a ramp there on the side that you go up in Family Dollar. I was going to just ride up in there because I wanted me some more like, little sweatpants or something like that, just to wear around. Something like I got on here. Joggers. I got these. No, I did not wear these to the store, y'all. Only wore these pants one time. Got them from Walmart. And I don't like the fit because the crotch hangs down real low. And then it's got little balls. This is the honest goodness truth. I was going to take them back, but I jumped up this morning looking for something to, put on just to take the trash out with. And like I said, I was going to take them back. I said, no, I'm going to go ahead and wear them. And so, because I said I didn't know when I would get back to Walmart again. And I had these for over, a month or better. And these things got little balls on them and everything. And I said, this is ridiculous. But you pay $10. And then not only that, they got a hole somewhere around the waistband. I said, how cheap can you get, Walmart? Come on. And so, I could see it if, wait a minute, I was looking for I thought I had my little clothes shaver. Let's see if I can see if you can see the balls on it. See, little balls? Yeah, that's good. One time, one washing. This is it. This is what happened. I washed some more clothes with it. You can't, ain't nobody told me to wash no everyday clothes by themselves. You take them one piece at a time and wash it. Nobody never told me that. And I thought they was like the little little sweat pants that you get, and you just throw them in the washer and boom, that's it. Case closed. No, not these. These things are messed up after one washing. And I don't even know. Wait a minute. I don't even know what this says. It says, kindness is free and love is love. Wait a minute. Kindness is free and love is love. It goes around in a circle and says the same thing again. Anyway, I never even noticed that, y'all. It just wanted me something to throw on a daily, And then I got on my sister's shirt. I just threw that on. I threw another, where's that shirt I had on top? Oh, here's my little gray shirt. I just threw this on. My little gray shirt. I got to wash it. I had that for 39. I know I had it that long, but it's just a long time, I had it for many, many years. And so I just threw that on, threw my hat on, threw my shoes on, and got the heck on out of Dodge, y'all. And went down there and got this sorry cup of coffee. The things you do for a cup of coffee. I've seen times I would drink coffee every day, but I don't drink coffee every day. But I just had a taste for some coffee this morning, and I wanted a good cup of coffee. And the last week when I got that coffee, when I got that breakfast thing from Wendy's, The coffee was the best thing that I bought. The other stuff, as a matter of fact, that what was it? A croissant sausage and egg sandwich. I had to throw that thing away, and the little taters too. I just bloom right in the trash. $3 down the drain. But the coffee was worth it. Did I tell you she gave me this coffee for free? He said, "What you want, miss?" I said, "I don't know how to work that machine. You know that little thing. You go over there and you punch your order in, and if you want a hamburger, you want a coffee, you touch that." I'm getting used to it though, but I still don't know how to do it. I don't know how to pay. I don't know how to say place an order. It says something about the stuff is in your bag. I said, "What the heck is this here?" I said, "You know what? I'm going over here and talk to this lady behind there." She ignored me at first. And another guy, he said, "Yeah, you got the same issue." I said, "Yeah." I said, "You got to do homework to watch, to work this stuff. You got to take a course, go to college for a couple of weeks before you even know how to work this here crap." I ain't no spring chicken, y'all. I ain't got to learn nothing new. I can't even order my own food no more without I got to learn something. I got to go read a book on how to do it. Get out of here. And so anyway, no wonder it was free because it's a horrible cup of coffee. But I put a little more, I put a little milk in it when I got home. And I put a little dab of sugar. And as you can see, y'all, it looks like it's swollen right up in here still. And I stuck it in the microwave for about 30 minutes. It was drinkable. Drinkable. That's about it, y'all. Drinkable. Made me want to just jump on the old bus around and go on up there to Dunkin' Donut. A lot of people say they don't like Dunkin' Donut coffee. But Dunkin' Donut is my favorite. My favorite coffee of all times. It's Dunkin' Donuts. I've never even had Starbucks. Period. Costs too much money. And I think the closest Starbucks to me, well, it's downtown, but then so is Dunkin' Donuts. There's a Dunkin' Donuts downtown. And Starbucks is right around the corner. Matter of fact, there's 2 Starbucks downtown. But I just never bought one. And I say, maybe the next time I go down there, just out of curiosity, I want to know why a cup of coffee costs you $4. And what does it taste like? Tastes like gold, I guess. I think it tastes like gold. Well, y'all, I didn't come up here to tarry long. I just came up here to tell you about my little situation. Oh, I got to park my scooter, too. And I was going to go outside to see if anything's happening with this tree. But I can't. Ooh, it's bright out there, too, without my sunglasses. I feel a little lightheaded, too, when I went to the window. I don't even see. Wait a minute. You know what? I'm going out here because I don't see the little. I used to could see the little bugs. Let's close my. Oh, shit. Tell you. Some birds out here. What's going on? Oh, look at there. Can y'all see those? Look, now they were green, and now they looking yellow. See that? Woo, there's a bee. I'm getting the heck out of here. Whoa. I hope you don't follow me in the house. Did you see those? I wonder if that's some kind of fruit. I tell you, I tried to pull that tree up the other day, and I couldn't get the tree up. This done took root, y'all. You know how you ain't gonna pull a tree up all kind of fashion once it take root. And I should have had my son over here because the reason I thought I could pull it, wouldn't have no problem was because it was in the flower pot, And the root, if it came through, it would have had to come through the holes that are in the flower pot. It wasn't bulging. I mean, I was yanking. I was giving it my all. I ain't all that weak, but I ain't all that strong either. I'm somewhere in between. And I was giving it my all, using my whole body to pull. And I'm, doing it like that. Like, wrenching it like that. It would move, but I couldn't get it up. So I said, I need a man over here. That's what I need a man for. I need a man for these guns here. That's what I need a man for. Other than that, I don't need nothing. On that note, y'all, I go with love. I've seen times now. Don't get me wrong. I felt that I needed a man. I really did, But hey, that was 20 years ago, And I've never been without a man for a long time. I didn't throw that at you. But I've been without a man for a good 8 years. Doing just fine. I'm a lot less tense, more relaxed. I'm calmer. I sleep well at night. Got the whole bed by myself. All I gotta do is spread it out, baby. Hey, come on in. The water is fine. On that note, I go with love. No, shoot.